Hello everyone. Tonight's bedtime story, I've chosen a book called Mad About Minibeasts, and it's by Giles Andreae and David Wojcik. I can't pronounce his name there, but there it is. But I chose this book because Giles Andreae, he's written a story called Giraffes Can't Dance. I really love that story and I must remember to read you that for one bedtime. Lovely rhymes in here and lots of rhymes about different mini beasts that we'd see in a garden. Spring's on its way, so hopefully we'll see some of these soon. At the bottom of your garden, you might just hear a sound, a chirp from the treetops or a scuttle on the ground. If you step a little closer, maybe you can see a ladybird, a dragonfly, a beetle or a bee. The sun is in the sky and it's a lovely summer's day. The mini beasts have seen you and they want to come and play. The mini beasts are coming out. Here's one about snail. We're famous for slithering slowly, but wouldn't you also be slow if you had to carry your house on your back wherever you wanted to go? Definitely, it could be quite heavy for that snail. And that looks like a snail is a slug, but they don't have a home on their back. We're sticky and we're slimy and we haven't any bones, so we hang out under flower pots and shelter under stones. There they are. Here is a rhyme about a worm. I wiggle and wriggle down into my hole, and then when I want something scrummy, I munch a few mouthfuls of marvellous mud. Do try some, it's really quite yummy. There they all look, munching the mud and burrowing under the soil to make lots of holes. Spider. I love to wake up in the morning when my web is all covered with dew. It's such a fine sight when it glitters so bright. Don't you think it's beautiful too? Very clever insects are spiders. And what might catch in a web is a fly. It says, my eyes are big and orange and my body is black and fuzzy and I fly around your house all day just being very buzzy. Buzz, 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 buzz. A beetle. We've got these two feelers on top of our heads which wiggle and help us to see, and we scuttle around without making a sound as you scuttle as quickly as me. There you go. And beetles do move quite quickly. And here's another kind of mini beast, an earwig. And look at the end of its body. I like to feed on tasty plants and trees that have gone rotten, but the weirdest thing about me is these pincers on my bottom. Move like that. Here's a stick insect that we don't see often. Some people like to keep these as pets. I'd rather not be eaten, so I've got this brilliant trick. I cling to leaves and branches and then pretend that I'm a stick. Look, it even looks like a stick. And ants, they're very clever insects too. We ants like to work as an army, which means that we do things together. Just watch how we carry these leaves to our nest. You must admit that's pretty clever. They're very strong. All working together and cooperating. And caterpillars, they do something very magic. I munch on the leaves in the garden, then slowly I spin my cocoon. But now I must sleep as I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly soon and change into a butterfly. I'm sure some of you know that already. A ladybird. We get loads of ladybirds outside in school when the weather warms up. How many spots has a ladybird got? Look at my back and you'll see. I know that I've got quite a lot. Why don't you count them with me? This ladybird here, look, it's got 6, 3 on each side of her body. And here is a rhyme about a centipede. How long they are. Really long. Hello, I'm the centipede. How do you do? I'm as friendly can be. Now, which of my hands would you most like to shake? I've got at least 30, you see. A long body, and to carry that long body, lots of pairs of legs. Buzzy, buzzy bee. And soon we'll see some of these flying around. There's nothing more brilliant than being a bee. You may think that it sounds a bit funny, but you'd shout hooray if you lived every day in a hive full of heavenly honey. And they make honey that we can eat. Super clever insects. The dragonfly. Might see these round a river or a pond. My wings are like shimmering rainbows and my body's a dazzling green. Of all the animals here in this pond, surely I must be the queen. They do have very beautiful wings. Shine light through them and make lots of beautiful colours. A grasshopper. I've seen one of those for a very long time. There they are, green insects. And it says, we grasshoppers do enjoy jumping as our legs are incredibly strong. And when we're not jumping, we rub them together to make the most beautiful song. Like what crickets do. They rub their legs together and it makes a noise. And often they do this at night time. Did you like those mini beasts? What a lot there were. Flying, crawling, slithering and jumping oh so far. Some live by the water and some live in the air. Some live underground and find food down there. But now let's leave the garden when we can come another time. Which beast was your favourite one? I bet you can't guess mine. They're all the mini beasts that we read about in this book. Perhaps before you go to sleep, you can tell your grown up which one was your favourite and why. That's the end of our story. You should tuck up tightly into bed, keep nice and warm, and sleep really well ready for your learning tomorrow. Good night.